when Joseph was talking, he mentioned how sometimes he want to, I mean, he was a traditional ruler that was telling the suitors that came for that young lady that she's an Osu. How are your colleagues handling this? I mean, if you're saying that many want it to end, are they willing to let go of these traditional, are they stuck to that benefits that come from it? Because some of them use that, or yeah, you said so, some of them use the opportunity to get more wives or property for themselves.
Well, you see that everything has expiry date. Looking at the time this thing started, it was overdue to be expired. And that was why I abolished it in my own community. We got that later. So, and it is because of what I may call superstitious belief. They believe that there may be repercussions, reaction from the deity, that if you do this, there may be some reaction from there that will not be palatable to you. Yes. And that instills fear in most people. Could you believe, even in my own community, the first graduate we had was an Osu. The first graduate in the community was an Osu, but was not being recognized, even given chieftaincy title. Those days, they are being treated like, even apartheid is better than if you be called an Osu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, when he spoke, he said that in 1956,
yes,
the Eastern House abolished this.
yes.
Okay, but in spite of that abolition and the open abolition by certain communities in the East,
Yeah.
why do you think some still go ahead and practice this?
It's because of this, like what Eze was saying, there's this superstitious belief that these people have that if a freeborn got married to so-called Osu,
yes,
that things will start going bad for you. You will become poor.
Has it
you
been
might
proven?
Be
Has it been proven?
Can I tell you something that will shock you? Because I don't need to prove it. What will shock you is that out of all the billionaires we have from the eastern region of Nigeria, about 50, 60 to 70% of them are actually of the stock that you call the so-called Osu. Am I lying?
No.
It's the truth. So my question to people, I pose this all the time. Let's just, this is a commonsensical thing. Well, how do you actually justify this? You said that when I marry Osu, and things will not go well for me. But the so-called Osus are the billionaires and the millionaires that we have in the Igbo land. Can't you see that this is all in your mind? It is in their mind. And what happened in 1956 was just merely, do not call anybody this. Don't address anybody as this. The actual abolition itself is what we are planning to do at the Palace of Unri on the 28th of December of this year. So Eze, he did his own, and I was there. Now, this is how you know when an abolition exercise has gone so well, and I was at his own. I was so excited. It went so well because I witnessed him crown a man from the other side who could not have been crowned if that abolition did not happen. Some people were angry that he was about to do that. Eze, you remember, some people even threatened they were going to come and obstruct, but eventually it turned out that everybody now saw that this thing, it just doesn't make sense. There's a story out of Irete that will shock you again. I love stories, right? There's a woman who actually went to the other side because, you know, they give them secluded communities. You go and they say, oh, you guys are living on this side and these people are living on this side. So the woman saw that.
So there's a whole community of Osus.
Yes,
Yeah.
They give them their own community. They say, no, we can't interact with them. You live in that community, we live in this. This is happening in the 21st century. So back in the days, this woman, I think she was a nurse or something. She said, no, she didn't like how those people were treated. And so she decided to go over there, set up a clinic or something, and then to take care of their kids. And people say, oh, now you're relating with them. So now you are Osu as well. From that moment, she was regarded as Osu, and she raised her children, grew up, being called an Osu. Guess what? I won't mention the name, but the son is one of the richest people out of Igbo land today, and he owns a bank of his own, and just guess what is going on in his mind? You see why, when I started this journey, what my motivation was I used to go online and attack people who say that Igbos are divided. Oh, Igbos are the most divided tribe in Nigeria. I will attack them and I will get a lot of love. Yes, brother, give it to them, give it to them. I'll be like, yes, you know. So, but then at a point, I started asking myself a question like, are you sure this thing you're fighting for, there's no truth to it? And I decided to do my own research and found out that truly we are actually more divided than people are alluding. We are so terribly divided within ourselves. So the question is, how far can you go as a people if you can be this divided, excluding your own people from the central activities that happen in our land? We segregate against them. The stigma is so bad that, Alero, when they take off and leave, you know, during the Biafran War, people left Igbo land, and after the Biafran War, they came back. You know what is happening with these people? When they leave Igbo land, they go and get married to Northerners, to Yoruba people, to any other person, because they can't marry with their own kind. When they marry there, they naturalize in those places and kiss Igbo land goodbye for life. They don't want to come back. So if there's any discussion about how to make Igbo land good, they don't want to ever hear that. If you were in their shoes, what would you do? So this resentment is building. We have this whole army of hatred of people who are angry with our land, and yet we're not doing anything about it. So that's why we decided, you know what, we have to partner with the traditional council to bring religious institutions together. The traditional institution, the bishops, all of them are coming to the palace of Nri, because of course, you know, Nri is the birthplace of the Igbo nation. We have Nri, Eri, and Aro as the three tripod that give birth to the entire Igbo nation. But Nri, as a people, they have a natural, a divine placement, a divine assignment, like the Levites have an assignment to take care of the temple in the Bible. Nri people are known as the people who do make atonement for abominations in the land. Igwe, am I saying it right? So they are known as the people who make atonement. So if there's any place where an abomination has happened or something has gone wrong, it is the people of Nri, and it is in their blood. It's not, it is their own gift, their own placement. So they will go and make atonement and cleanse the land. Now, the observation of these obnoxious practices has tainted our land. It has destroyed our place. So we believe that by abolishing it, we need to make atonement for this thing that has happened on our land. That's why we're having that event, yes, on that day. Nri is the place where this is happening. Yes.
Okay, when you spoke earlier, you said that this thing is more or less gone in Abia State.
Yeah.
And what do you know about the other states?
Well, like I said, Eze is from Imo. I know that it's very prominent in Imo. It's prominent. There's another version of it, the Ohu system in Enugu.
Yeah, I can talk about that from my state, yeah.
And all that, you know. But let me get a step back a bit. It's this whole concept of discrimination, because I like to look at it from the holistic perspective. It's something that is synonymous with human history. You know, at some point in time, people try to, you know, develop certain systems to discriminate against one another. And this is one that everyone should come together and fight and protect the interests of the other people who suffer this level of discrimination. Like he alluded, my interaction with someone who is so described was that of self-pity, self-hate, and I had a friend who had this experience, and my anger was, why do you self-pity yourself? Why do you destroy your own personality because someone else has an opinion about you? Because I do not see the essence all over the world today. People are trying to eliminate every hindrance of interaction and growth, social interaction. But it's something that we need to discuss beyond the OSU issue. It even has a lot to do with our social development, our economic and political development, even in our leadership systems. Eze talked about what the supposedly victim told him. Most of our leaders, both traditional and cultural leaders, hold prime position in religious organizations, in the churches. The Igbo society is predominantly Christian. And you ask yourself, why do you still have this kind of ungodly activity going on?
Yeah.
And of course, like I said, the law has been made. It's criminal to so describe someone, but yet it's been practiced. And that exist within our society. People know what is wrong, but they just sit down and look at the thing being practiced. Maybe because it doesn't affect you directly, you just
Even
allow
though there is
victims.
a law which has
Yes.
abolished it,
Yes,
it's still
you just
going
let
on.
the victims suffer in silence.
As a friend of mine would say, irregardless.
Irregardless. So that's why when we heard about this, and everybody should join hands together to be able to come together. Like
So you are going to be represented at NRI on the 28th of December.
We are inviting everyone to
Okay.
to participate in this activity, so that those who are victims of this discrimination can, for once, be properly united
And be set free,
and be set free,
finally.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Chinenye Nwaogo, Special Advisor to the Governor of Abia State on Youth Development and Job Creation. And on my left is His Royal Highness Eze Sir Ethelbert Chukwudi Ekwelibe, the Agubiam I of Irete. Then Joseph Okechukwu, Nollywood actor and activist and convener of the forthcoming December 28th OSU Abolition Program. Thank you all very much for bringing awareness to this situation, which quite frankly should be abolished once and for all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. For
Thank
coming.
you. Appreciate that.
So Sunrise will return in just a moment with the home stretch. My partner.